All right. I'm gonna do at least one more for tonight. The quest is titled "You're Not Alone," given to us by Alice, level 90. We are in the kind of new-ish. It's new, like to the west of where we have been for most of this time, or at least for the Omicron part of this time, following the crystalline pathways that Garahatia created for us. This is actually called the Necropolis, but with a K instead of a C, if that matters. And it's that kind of like little town square area. Not little, like the buildings are big. There's only like three or four of them, three of them, and then there's like a cafe or a restaurant that's all intact and just no sign of life. But Meteion is actually still here with us. Let's see what happens, Alice. What's going on? Whatever Meteion may have said, we should confirm it with our own eyes. We need to have a look around. Indeed, at the very least, it doesn't appear to be a sprawling place like those before. If we split up, it shouldn't take too long to cover the area, says Alphino. Oh, you never split the party, man. What happens when I talk to Meteion? What do you say? You think you've caught me? This form is barely a drop from the ocean that swells within the dead sun. Even so, I could easily unmake you. You are only still alive because of your comrades, but they cannot protect you forever. Until they fade away, I'll satisfy myself with watching you try, and fail, to find a way out of this lifeless place. That's that's fun. You're a fun person. Scared. With a vantage point from which to survey. There doesn't seem to be anyone here, obviously. Perhaps you could try calling out. My options are hello? Is anyone here? Is anyone here? If anyone has heard you, they do not respond. Anything directly kind of like south. Just gonna make sure I'm not gonna miss one around this tower. Okay. I had a you guys, if you've been following, which not many people are, but like there was a quest where it took a long time to find all of the people to talk to. So, were it not for the thick layer of dust, one could imagine someone drinking from these cups but moments ago. So we inspected one of the tables. Apparently, it's all covered with dust. Tree-like object. The object resembles a tree and appears to have been fashioned from a stone-like material. Erected in place of an actual tree, or to serve some other purpose, perhaps? Regardless, there is no one left to explain, to tell the story. 3 more to find and to gain something akin to knowledge from. Another vantage point from which we will survey. In the distance, you glimpse Alice picking her way through the ruins, but otherwise spy no signs of life. If anyone can hear me, say something. Your call echoes faintly before being swallowed by the silence. Swallowed by the sound of silence. And in this naked light I saw 10,000 people bar counter. This place is reminiscent of a bar, but neither patrons nor staff are anywhere to be seen. Egg-shaped containers line the shelves, with a loose few sitting on the counter, vessels for the beverages in all likelihood. They say egg-shaped, but they look like the kind of shaker. They're kind of similar shape to the shakers you would find for like martinis or other shaked mixed beverages. Yeah, whatever. A venue bustling with activity until it was not. Sorry, I interrupted like the flow. It's my bad. 10,000 people, maybe more. Within the vision, softly sleeping. Okay, yep. See, I missed one somewhere. I'll go around the edges of this big red. Oh, it's behind this building. Wait, didn't I go like a little? Didn't I like kind of curve around it a little? No, I curved around the other one. Didn't curve around this one. All right, rusty door. Though set slightly off the ground, this appears to be a door, while the objects to the left could be letter boxes. The door is rusted shut, and the film of dust all over suggests no one has come through in a long, long time. We head to the northwest from there, which might be where we saw Alice. Yeah, Alice is surveying up here. Northwest. The very northwest of this floating landmass. Mercy, take a look at this. If the road was a little longer, we could take it to just beneath the dead sun. But I suppose this is where the reconstruction ends. How about you? Did you find anything of interest? I just shrug and then describe what I found. I see. I noticed the same things. Cups left upon tables, chairs out of place. I don't know what happened here, but I do know I don't want to be alone anymore. We've searched enough for now. Let's find Alphino and compare what we've learned. We will compare what we have learned. Oh my gosh, what if all the dust was ash? You could generally tell the difference. Ash is generally like slimier. From what I've heard or gleaned or read from other sources, I have never actually experimented with what ash feels like. If I have, it's been so long. Cutscene talking to Alphino down to the southwest. He's kind of looking out over the edge of this floating land and pondering, thinking.
Did you find anything?
No. This place is completely deserted. And I can't see how we're supposed to move on from here.
Neither can I. It's quite the quandary. There are no denizens to bar our path, yet there is no way forward.
For another mystery, we did find signs of very recent life. You'd swear everyone just vanished into thin air.
Wait, very recent? No. What? The signs that we were talking about. Like the dust is so great that... okay. Whatever, I guess.
I wonder how many ruined worlds like this has Meteion seen.
Could it be? Yes. Yes, I believe I may have puzzled this out. Despite how it appears, it's no different this time. There is someone here who has wished for this ruin.
I don't understand some of the writing in this one. It's no different this time. There is someone here who has wished for this ruin. You mean... I think he's talking about Meteion, but... none of the other races we talked to... like, the dragons wished to die. Because... they were tired of fighting. And they weren't able to have, young. They weren't able to give birth or, lay eggs that came to prosper. But that's because they spent, like what, hundreds, thousands of years after that fight with the Omicrons. The Omicrons didn't wish for ruin. They were looking for a purpose, kind of, after they defeated the most powerful beings in this universe, in this system, and then figured out or thought that there was no purpose. And then the beings that ruin is a weird word, man. I don't like that. I don't like it here, but whatever. Yeah.
And I believe that together, Alize and I can overcome their will.
She's a little shocked. I was shocked for a second. Now I got a determined face. My options are no, I won't allow it. Or I promised your parents I'd keep you safe. Or stop. Not another word. I promised your parents I'd keep you safe.
I know. I know. But if there is a chance this will work, then I would take it. For everyone, and for myself. I will not pretend otherwise. I have my fears. Not for myself, but for you. The last to remain. You are no stranger to carrying the burden of others. But I can only imagine how heavy the weight would be this time.
You know, watch, like, I've been under the assumption this entire time that we're going to get all of them back because the writers would not kill off everyone. All of the scions. They wouldn't do that. But wouldn't it be a frickin' turn, man? Wouldn't it be like the most unexpected thing they could do? I would assume fans would be in an uproar, but I haven't read it because I do not generally read spoilers. I don't. But that would be crazy. See what happens. No, there's no way. But we'll see
As
what
your
happens.
friend, I cannot bear the thought of making you suffer so.
Then why suggest such a thing? It's too much to ask of anyone, even her. Why must she be the one? Why must she fight alone? More than a hero, she's a dear friend. Not only to us, but to so many others. There are so many people in the world who care for you, and yet...
She starts to cry. And obviously, we saw tears. Alphino approaches her slowly.
Alize, I have an idea. Given the nature of this realm, it may be possible to do more than unbar our friend's path. We might also pave her a new one. For instance, a path where she finds happiness at journey's end.
Vague?
This much, I think we can believe with the utmost conviction, no matter how deep our despair. So please, believe in us too, and press on.
Look frickin' snazzy in my red mage gear, but that's beside the point. Right, neither here nor there. I give him a nod.
Thank you. What are you?
Alice
If the plan's decided, then let's not dally.
drags Alphino by the hand. The way the tail from the coat pokes out of our cloaks is just... They could have... Whatever. We approach Meteion.
Ah, there you are. It was as I said, was it not?
It was. We couldn't find anyone. But this place isn't entirely deserted, is it? You are here. You sought out a star of promise and found a ruined husk. Like us, you explored the devastation. Like us, you were stricken. Horrified by the thought that so many lives could be snuffed out as if they were worth nothing. And the thought that you would have to bear the terrible tidings to Hermes. That which you saw and felt, you shared with your sisters, as did they share their own grim findings with you. Overcome by the pervasive despair of these stars, some of you inadvertently ushered their peoples to their ends.
Some of the Meteions, ushered the people of these stars to their ends?
Knowing the horrors you know, anyone would feel the same. They would fear what lies ahead and struggle to move forward.
Fear. I had forgotten that such a thing existed. So focused have I been on shepherding despair.
If you can remember, then you can still face and overcome your own fear.
The screen.
Why would I bother with such an insignificant emotion? If the despair I command is as a raging river, then fear is but a trickling stream.
The camera had zoomed out on Meteion and was slowly zooming in on her, and then all of a sudden zoomed straight into her face with this.
It can do nothing to alter my flow. You spoke with the Aya, yes? Heard their tale of what awaits the universe.
All of a sudden she's behind Alphino.
It's true.
And then
The stars grow colder and more distant. Eventually, all will enjoy frozen solitude.
when they turn, she's like right behind Alice, and now she's
Using the power of Dynamis, I'm hastening that process.
just teleporting instantly.
In so doing, nothing will be born ever again. Everyone will remain dead. Alas, it will take time for that to happen. So in mercy, I sent you my gift, to spare you needless suffering.
You put something in me? In mercy?
Don't worry. Even if no living witnesses remain to mark the event, I'll make certain that Atheris has a proper end.
Oh, there's my picture for the quest.
For all the power you wield, you're more fearful than the familiar you used to be. That Meteion feared simply to move forward. But your fear is such that you've given up on everything. I know it well. That sense of defeat. I've tasted my fair share of it. But as many times as we've fallen down, we've learned how to pick ourselves up and carry on.
Oh my god, I'm starting to wonder, like, this is kind of out of the blue, but like, how many, with all of the millions or billions or trillions of stars that exist in the universe, and apparently the studies show now that every single star has planets. Like, it's a ratio of 1 to 0. There are no stars, supposedly, as far as recent findings have shown, that there are, every star has a planet. Every star has planets. My question is, I just thought of, how many of those planets developed life with intelligence developed just in time for them to be like, oh, there's no hope, we're all, like, our planet is doomed, like right away. How many times has that happened? Probably not a large amount of time, because, you know, timing is a strange thing with evolution and whatever. But
We take each other's hand, share in each other's courage, follow in each other's footsteps, and turn sorrow into strength.
There are times when we fail. We bear wounds that do not heal. But these experiences are part of life, and they make us stronger.
They both hold out hands to Meteion.
We rise, fall, and rise again.
Meteion starts to... Oh, she turns into that black raven or crow, blackbird, and the tornado of her. I say something to them.
Don't worry about us. You must take the next step, and all the rest after that.
And the swirling magical tornado that was Meteion swallows them up, and they're all gone. And a bridge, kind of like a rainbow bridge. Crystalline-ish, like Graha's bridges have been, but more rainbowy. Goes at an upward angle. Stairs even, it could be rainbow stairs. They glisten and kind of like oil on water in that kind of color, but like brighter and more shiny. Earlier, in Old Charlian, we see on a black screen. We have the people that were gathered to see us off, to help us supply, to help supply everything for the Ark and everything. Kryl, Tataru, Sid, Nero, Wedge, Biggs, Nadana.
Please, please, oh, please let them all be safe,
Says Tataru. They're all staring up at the night sky, the stars. Kryl gets a headache. And the sky has turned from night stars into what it was before, where we were, falling comets.
Kryl? Are you all right?
Oh, that was just her vision. Okay. Still night sky, stars.
It's nothing. Just a headache. They'll be fine. I know they will.
Lalafell comes.
Apologies for the interruption. A man arrived on the last ferry, an associate of the Scions. He wishes to speak with you at once.
All of the people here talk, because I guess we had assumed all the Scions and associates were here already, but... Is it Gaius? Sounds like it could be, but we'll see. We'll not see. Kryl's face shows a little bit of shock, and we get a black screen, and then we're back looking at us, alone, in this town that has been removed of all life. Head hanging low a little bit. Breathing. We see, like, shadowy, dark figures popping up here and there. In this city devoid of life, you sense the presence of another. I make a fist with my left hand. The sorrow of 1,000 worlds weighs heavy, and yet you can walk on. These beings look sort of humanoid, but they're just made of black. They're made of blackness. They're like kind of surrounded by a blue energy. And at least this one. Oh, I'm walking slowly. Because I'm walking alone unto journey's end, and the burden weighs heavily. Wait, can I walk through these guys? Let's try that. I'm kind of curious. Is that what they're here? They're not moving.
If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you.
If you need a push. Whose voice was that?
Do not despair. You are not without allies.
I'm at a loss. Those two, I have a feeling these are all dead people.
What we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on.
Is that Moon Brita? I don't remember what she sounded like specifically.
Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
I may have got 1 out of 4 so far.
While it is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others.
1 for 5 maybe now. Still not doing good.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price.
That voice sounded a little bit more familiar, but I can't place it.
And we for our part are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Nope.
Save your tears for the morrow. You may be sure we will have ample cause to shed them, be they for joy or despair.
These shadowy beings are leading us to, and now we're at the base of that rainbow stairway.
From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn.
That could have been one of the ancients. I'm so bad at this.
A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen.
That one sounded a little familiar. Gosh, dude, I am so bad at this, apparently. I'm kind of annoyed. It's so hard to place these.
Yet miracles do happen, so let us pray and will our friends home.
Is that one of the dog people that I called them? When we when we had the fairies and the fairyland and the giant tower and the dog people. I think that's who that was.
I won't stop praying until I know they're safe.
God, that sounded kind of like Minfilia or not Minfilia, but Reen?
Strong art thou, mortal.
One of the dragons. Which one? Couldn't tell you. I would assume one of the ones that died. But we've gone up the stairway. We've been off the stairway for almost a minute now.
Look to the light within, that you may continue to serve as a beacon to others.
Again, the voice sounds familiar, but again, I fail. We're walking up like rocks floating combined to each other to form a pathway.
Let's finish this.
That... We are almost entirely up to the toppy top. We see Meteion, and we get a cutscene.
Here the path ends. There is no way to reach our nest.
It is still some ways above me.
I told you. Resignation and acceptance reign in this place.
I couldn't tell you how far above.
The rejection of life by those who came to curse it.
Kind of looks like it could be like 10 stories, 20 stories up. Like, it doesn't really look much more than that. But again, you have to... oh, that's bad. You have to think about perspective and having something to compare it to, and it's a video game. I don't know. I don't think I have it.
Those whose dreams were unfulfilled, whose prayers were unheard, whose labours were unrewarded. Hope cannot deliver you unto hopelessness. Our refuge is beyond you. Always has it been. Such is the nature of this place. You should have remained on Atheris.
This version of Meteion is a little bit more expressive. A little bit.
Struggle will avail you not, nor will it grant your comrades peace.
Okay, from this perspective, no. That dying sun or encased sun is quite far up still.
Come.
I wouldn't say a mile.
Let me relieve you of your burden.
But it could be like...
You've suffered enough.
1 or 2 or more Empire State Buildings. I pull out that empowered crystal thing.
Asm's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back. But you mustn't.
How do we make peace with...
That's why it's too soon for this to end.
There are so many people in the world.
You must triumph.
Be safe, all of you, and come back.
Right.
I am ever grateful.
Came to appreciate most about our star is that there remains so much we do not know.
After all these years,
Is this the answer I was hoping for?
So long as we remember, our fates remain ours to shape.
And Godspeed.
Perhaps when our time comes to return to the star, we shall remember these few days we have lost.
Do not squander it. The legacy I leave you.
We've gripped it in our palm tightly, kind of held it to our forehead loosely, head bowed. My options are, I won't forsake our cause, or I'll reach you. I'll find a way. I won't forsake our cause. It starts to glow in my hand and brighter. And then a pattern erupts underneath us of gold light. 6 circles, kind of like the Heidelin crystals. And some of the ancients, I see 2 at least. I would say Emmett Silk and Hithlodeus. Yep, there's Emmett.
I bid them remember, but all this time I'm the one who had forgotten. A right fool you've made of me, Hermes. And to add insult to injury, I've been denied a sound rest, forced to watch this clamorous show.
Oh, come now. It's been a gripping tale. Unbreakable bonds and noble sacrifice, sprinkled with moments of levity to counterbalance the pathos. It's got it all. I, for one, would have been perfectly content to watch enraptured from the stalls.
Yep, Emmett, Hith.
But I won't say no to a bit part.
So, like, if you have surrounding me, there was 6 circles in a hexagonal pattern. These 2 have popped up in the 2 circles in front of me, between me and Meteion.
What are you?
Half-faded souls of the dead. Isn't it painfully obvious? Worry not. We haven't the power to defeat you, nor is it our duty to do so. Not anymore. That being said, we do have a score to settle. So here I am, Vanar. I suppose you needed me to tie it all together, these frayed threads of our history. But knowing you, I suspect there's a joke in it too. Oh yes, I can imagine you gloating over my forgetfulness.
I was looking down to the left while he says this because, like, Vinod's not here. Is she about to appear as well?
Were I feeling charitable, I might assume you had left room for the possibility of this outcome. Even so, you'll get no applause from me. A single gesture will not lighten the burden I've had to bear. Still, you must be commended. Our methods would not have brought mankind this far.
I think he's still talking to Vinod, but he's looking at me when he says this. This is the wildest expansion. Like, time travel. There's a lot going on. I would love to see if there's a post somewhere about all the inconsistencies, all of the narrative, plot, bad, doesn't make sense kind of stuff, you know? I can't think of the word right now. Plot holes?
And so, as a show of respect to the last of us, I make this declaration. You will not end our journey. That is our answer. The answer of all lives of Aetheris, past and present.
I don't know how much longer this is gonna go. I gotta pee. I'll be right back. Okay, let's go. Sorry for the delay. They both start to glow underneath them.
As you've called us to the stage, so shall we perform. And creation magics never fail to please. Drawing upon the hopes of your comrades, we will make for you a new path.
What form said path takes depends on you. So focus. Focus and envision that which rejects the claim that you cannot attain your goal.
I nod to him. Concentrate, eyes closed.
Ours is the wisdom to weave the fabric of reality. Ours is the power to create.
A field of flowers. A large, large field of flowers erupts underneath us, glowing white, kind of rainbow petals.
Meteion,
We hear Hermes.
though I gave you these wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run, and so much more. A flower. Yes.
Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
Meteion is starting to feel very strongly now. Arms crossed along.
These Elpis blooms serve as proof that this realm is not utterly devoid of hope. No more can you deny its power. No more is yours the dominion of despair.
Arms crossed across her chest.
In case the practical implications were lost on you, your comrades no longer need fight their fight. So go on. Call them back to your side.
I nod. Hold out my palm with the Asm crystal thing. It glows. Sparkles all around. Pillars of light erupt around me. Alice, Ishtola, Alphino, Braha, Thancred, Urianje, Estinian.
May you ever walk in the light.
That was just a voice.
Ugh, how disappointing. Not even a single scar in the making to brag about.
You'll find a way regardless.
To brag, yeah.
Honestly, this is far more than any of us could have hoped for. Let us be thankful.
Indeed. That we thus stand reunited is a gift. Let us not squander it, and see that we all return to Etheris.
Aye. As soon as we've averted the final days.
Good to see you again. Our heroic sacrifice paid off, I take it.
Come, my friends. Let us carry on and finish it. Together.
I'm alone though. Wait. No, never mind. Sorry. It looked weird. I stepped forward and it was just me and Meteion. I didn't know that they were all behind me. So okay, they are behind me. Theoretically. My options are it's over, Meteion, or come with us, Meteion. Come with us, Meteion. We were friends once. I enjoyed my time with you. She bows over even more, and cracks, lots of cracks start to form in the sun above us, star above us. And now, is this okay?
Can you hear me?
You sound normal again.
The voice is within, crying in pain, wailing in sorrow, hurting.
So it's as if from one portion of the sun.
Silence it! Silence our song of oblivion!
Toward the end of that, she started roiling with that black energy and turns into that black bird. Flies up. So flies up into this thing I'm about to describe. So from one part of the surface of this...
The way is open. They can proceed.
Like, again, you have a sun. If you imagine the sun is just lava, and then lava can crust over into just rock, lava rock. That's what most of the surface was. From a portion of this surface of the lava rock, just cooled rock, it kind of cracked in a circle-ish area burst, and from that bursted area, it's as if there's like this flow of weird water underneath it. And we have this orb of water that kind of protruded, that has, like, the entire orb has protruded from that sun sphere, is still attached by some, like, kind of funnel shape to the entire sphere of the sun itself. Literally water, like, it looks like water. Kind of weird water,
So it seems.
but water nonetheless. Emmett snapped again. Him and Hythlodaeus are glowing, possibly leaving us.
You're leaving?
Of course. The encore is finished, and I will not suffer myself to live again by Heideling's magic. But more than that, the future you seek is not the past we loved. That is why we fought, and why I lost. But though you defeated me, my ideals are inviolate, invincible. Spare me your pity. I have no use for it. If you would do something for me, save our star.
He says this because of Alisaie's reaction to what he said previously. She was shocked a little bit and then seemed saddened.
See this tale to a triumphant conclusion, and with elation in your hearts, bid the final curtain fall. Only then may it rise again, and a new tale begin, with new parts for all to play. Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? Or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north? The fabled golden cities of the New World, the sacred sites of the forgotten people of the South Sea Isles.
Our faces showing incredulity, is that how it's said? I don't use that word often. But like, we're like, kind of awe. Not wide open mouth awe, but like open mouth, wide eyes awe, you know.
What about Mericidia, the southern continent? Do you know aught of its present state of affairs?
I feel like I know Mericidia. The rest have not.
I thought not.
Ring a bell.
Even of your little Eorzea, you know precious little. The true identities of the 12, for instance. All of which is to say, expand your horizons, go forth and seek discovery. Some of the civilizations in the reflections will surprise you. As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much. I certainly did.
I pray we meet again. If not in this life, then perhaps another. Whensoever it should be, I trust it will be a most joyous reunion.
For you, maybe. I want nothing to do with it.
Oh, don't be that way.
To the very end. I get a smirk, a smile even from Emmett, as they both become ether or energy and float off. definitely the last video of the night for me. That, you know, the portion of land, floating land that we are on, that is now a very, like, almost entirely covered in a sea of, a bed of flowers. Still beautiful. I'm gonna stand in the middle of all ya. Talk to Alice to continue to finish this. I don't think I ever knew what to say to the man. In retrospect, it always felt like the wrong thing. But the past notwithstanding, he came to your aid in the moment of need. We are here, and we will not squander this chance he has given us. We will see this tale to a triumphant conclusion, and bid the final curtain fall. You're not alone is complete. We get an ether current. Not enough to fly? Nope. Okay. That's the end of the quest. It's the end of the video. I'll see you next time. Come on, I pressed the button. Why would you pop up like you